where you have sojourned, do not do. And as is done in the land of Canaan that I will bring you to, do not do. And my...
Their ordinances.
And their ordinances do not do. Do not follow. My rules you will do, and my laws you will observe. You will observe according to them. I am Adonai, your God, and you will observe my laws and my ordinances according to, as is done. And in doing them, mankind will live by them. I am God. Amen.
Yamdul, Leah, Shnia, Will, Rick and Randy, Lee and Lori, and Gary and Elise, all please come up to the pulpit. Nothing was ooky in that one, was it? Tighten your seatbelts. Okay. I have it marked here.
Thank you.
So just, okay. Hey guys. Can you manage? Are you okay? There we go. Wait, do you want to come and touch with your talit? Watch the mic. Right there. Got it. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Baruch. Baruch. Baruch Adonai Baruch Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Adonai Baruch Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Asher b'harbanu mikra ha'amim.
Amen. Please come here. Hold this. Hold the Torah. There you go. Ish el kol she'er besaro lo tikravu legalot erva ani Adonai. Nobody that you're related to should you get close to uncover their nakedness, and you know what that means. Ani Adonai, I am God. Ervat avicha, ervat imcha, the nakedness of your father, nakedness of your mother, lo tigale imcha, do not uncover the nakedness of your mother. Do not uncover imcha, she's your mom. Lo tigale ervata, do not uncover her nakedness. Erva ish eshet evicha, and if your father is another wife, the wife of your father, lo tigale ervat avicha, it is the nakedness of your father, do not do it. Avicha hi, she is the wife of your father. Ervat achotcha bat avicha, and the nakedness of your sister, the daughter of your father, o vat imcha, or the daughter of your mother, moledet Bait o moledet chutz, whether born in the house or in a different family, lo tigale ervatan, do not uncover their nakedness. Ervat bat bincha, and your granddaughter, or bat bitcha, or your granddaughter by your daughter, lo tigale, do not uncover ervatan, their nakedness, ki ervatcha, because it is actually your nakedness, Hannah, that you are uncovering. I'm sweating. Okay? Let's sing afterwards.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'kalyei olam l'tav b'tocheinu. Baruch atah Adonai l'notei Torah.
Amen. Yishkoch. Go say hello to this wonderful man. Yishkoch. 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 I wish I could say it got easier. Yamdu la'aliyah hashishit, Elena, David, Esther, will Eve, David, and Ellen all please come to the Torah for the next aliyah. There you go. Oh, she's a book holder. Look at that. She's got. Barach leolam vaed.
Baruch atah Barach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch atah
Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai, noten ha'torah.
Amen. Erevat bat ish eshet avicha, and the nakedness of the wife of your father, moleret avicha, that's the household of your father. Achotcha hi, she is your sister, lo tegale ervata, do not uncover her nakedness. Ervat achot avicha lo tegale, and the nakedness of the sister of your father you shall not uncover. She'el avicha, that is the flesh or the family of your father, he, that she is. Ervat achot imcha, and the nakedness of the sister of your mother, lo tegale, she should do not uncover that. Ki she'el imchahi, for she is the relation of your mother. Ervat achi avicha lo tegale, and you shall not uncover the nakedness of the brother of your father, ishto, toward his wife, lo tikrav, you shall not approach, dodat chai, she is your aunt. All permutations, they're covered. Okay? Ervat kalotcha lo tegale, and your daughter-in-law, you don't uncover her nakedness. Esha bincha, she's the wife of your son, he, that she is lo tegale ervata, do not uncover her nakedness. Ervat eshet achicha, and the nakedness of your brother's wife, lo tegale ervat achicha, he, it is the nakedness of your brother. Just leave it all alone. Where's that line? Blessing afterwards.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech
Editorial
haolam,
edition.
asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai, noten ha'torah.
Amen. Absolutely. I'm going to hand off the Torah reading. Yamod Avraham ben Shalom Reuven HaKohen v'Leah. That's you, Abe. Welcome back. Aren't you up?
Yes, I am.
There you go. Okay, so it's the I finished. So it's here, Erva Isha.
Okay.
Should? Yep, you should. Take that. Perfect.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach.
Baruch Adonai Barach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'torah.
Amen. Hold the Torah.
Amen.
Hold the Torah.
Ervat isha uvita lo tigaled. You should not uncover the nakedness of a woman and her daughter. Ve'et bat bina ve'et bat bita, and the daughter of her son and the daughter of her daughter. Lo tikach legalot ervata. You should not take to uncover their nakedness. Sha'ara hena. They are related, they are kin. Zimahi, this is a perversion. Right?
Yes, we agree. We're all just looking down right now. It's great.
Ve'isha el achota lo tikach litzror. And you should not take a woman to wife along with her sister just to make them rivals, to make them enemies. Ligalot ervata aleha, because that would uncover her nakedness to her bechayeha during her lifetime. Ve'el isha beninat tumata, and lo tikrav, and don't get close to a woman during her period of impurity, ligalot ervata, to uncover her nakedness. Ve'el eshet amitcha lo titen shchavtecha lizara, and do not go up to one of your neighbor's wives to sleep with her and perhaps impregnate her, lituma'ah ba, and become impure by her.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, V'chaye olam nata b'tochenu baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Ishkach.
Wait. Say hello to him.
There you go. Go him first.
Yeah, you're going to do Abe, then.
Yamdul Aliyah HaChamishit, Yosef Yaakov, Ben Gershon Rachel, Will Ruth and Jack please come up to the Torah? You know, this isn't South Carolina. I can't do Hebrew with a southern accent. Okay, take your talit. She's going to show you where she's reading. You're going to touch that there, okay? Okay, perfect.
Baruch Adonai Habarach.
Baruch Adonai Barach Leolam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Habarach Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam Asher Ba'achar Banu Mikol Ha'amin V'natan Lanu Et Toratav Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen. Umizaracha lo titen lehavir lemolech. And from amongst your children, your offspring, you should not allow them to be passed over or offered to Molech, who was another god, and there was a tradition of like sacrificing your children in order to get what you wanted, and this says, no, don't do that. We don't like sacrificing children. V'lo techalel et shem Elohecha ani Adonai, and don't defile or curse the name of your God. I am Adonai. Ve'et zachar lo tishkav mishkevei isha toevahi, and a man should not lie with another man like with a woman. This is an abomination, and we could go into a whole explanation of what this actually means, and maybe had something to do with the cult sacrifices and some other rituals, but we don't have enough time. Uvechol behema lo titen shchavtecha letum'a ba, and do not be with or lie with an animal and defile yourself that way or make yourself impure that way. Ve'isha lo ta'amod lifnei behema lirava tevelhu. And a woman should not give herself to a beast to sleep with it. It is a depravity. Yes, it's Aki.
Okay, Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam Asher Natanu Torah Semet V'chaye Olam Atah B'Zocheinu Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen.
Thanks, y'all.
Yeah, sure.
I often say in passing, there's no aspect of human experience that the Torah refuses to touch on, but I usually say that in general. Today it's in specific, just so you know. Yamdul Aliyah Hashishit, Leah V'Shalom Reuven Ben Arama Kohen, Laura and Stewart.
This, by the way, is where we start to get into the explanations of why all of this is something you shouldn't do. May not be what you expect.
Baruch et Adonai HaMavarach.
Baruch Adonai Barach Leolam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai HaMavarach Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam Asher Bachar Banu Mikol Ha'amin V'natan Lanu Et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen. Hold the Torah for her. Hold it.
Al titmu bechol ele. Do not impurify yourselves through all of these. Ki bechol ele nitmeu hagoyim asher ani mishalech mipneichem. Because in these ways, all of the other nations have made themselves impure, and I'm sending you to in front of them to take over. V'titma ha'aretz, and the land itself became impure. V'afkod avona aleha, and I will remember or visit the punishment, their punishment upon the land. V'taki ha'aretz et yoshveha, and the land throws up, vomits out the inhabitants. Ushmartem atem et chukot. What? Ushmartem atem et chukotai ve'et mishpatai, and you should observe my laws and my rules. Ve'lo ta'asu mikol ha'toevot ha'ele, and do none of these abominations. Ha'ezrach ve'hager hagar betocham, both betochem, both the citizen and the stranger who resides in your midst. Ki et kol ha'toevot ha'el asu anshe ha'aretz asher lifnechem. Hold on. Because in these ways, the people of the land that I am sending you to have done all of these abominations, v'titma ha'aretz, and the land became impure.
Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'chayei olam nata b'tocheinu, baruch atah Adonai noten ha'torah.
Come back, Ruth. Come back. Hello, her. Here we go. You're up. You guys are over here. The last aliyah is considered the sweetest aliyah. It's called maftir, and we save it for our sweetest young men and women, right? And it's the very first time you get to be called to the Torah in your own right. You see where you're going to start? Great. Yeah. So I get to call you in a very different way than everybody else was called. I get to say, Yamod, 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 Leverachata Kriya, Natan Moshe, Ben Shalom Reuven HaKohen, V'Leah, Bar Mitzvah.
Baruch Adonai V'Barach.
Baruch Adonai V'Barach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai V'Barach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai noten ha'torah. V'lo teki oretz etchem v'tamachem ota ka'asher ka'a et agoy asher lifnechem ki kol asher yaset mikol toivot ha'ela v'nichatu v'shoto sot mike'av amam yishmatem et mishmati v'vilti asot mikol toivot asher nasu lifnechem v'lo titam'u b'achem ani Adonai Elohechem.
Beautiful. So that the land does not spew you out because of your impurities on account of this, just as the land spewed out those other nations before you. No, rather that you should not do any of these various abominations, and thus will all these various people and souls be cut off. Anybody who does this in the midst of their people. No, you shall observe all of my charge, my mishmartim, without any exception, in doing the things that are my laws, or the laws, and not doing any of the things that are abominations which were done before you, so that you yourselves are not contaminated. I, Adonai, am your God.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'chayei olam nata b'tocheinu. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'torah.
Amen. Kiss your parents, they're nice people. Torah is open and out, it's as if our hearts are uniquely open for all kinds of blessings. So where's Abe and Molly? Abe and Molly, come on up. We're going to do the blessing for the country of Israel. Okay, I have it right here. I'm going to start right up here where it says pray for the peace. Okay? 1, 2, 3.
Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. May those who love you prosper. O Heavenly One, protector and redeemer of Israel, bless the state of Israel, which marks the dawning of hope for all who seek peace. Shield it beneath your wings of your love. Spread it over the canopy of your peace. Send your light and truth to all who lead and advise, guiding them with your good counsel. Establish peace in the land and fullness of joy for all who dwell there. Amen.
Hug. Go say hello to the guy and be a nice big brother. There you go. The blessing for our country. Where's Melanie? Where's Melanie? Will you please come up? I have a nice big print for you right here. Okay? We're so delighted you're taking part.
O guardian of life and liberty, may our nation always merit your protection. Teach us to give thanks for what we have by sharing it with those who are in need. Keep our eyes open to the wonders of creation and alert to the care of the earth. May we never be lazy in the work of peace. May we honor those who have died in defense of our nation, our ideals. Grant our leaders wisdom and forbearance. May they govern with justice and compassion. Help us all to appreciate one another and to respect the many ways that we may serve you. May our homes be safe from affliction and strife, and our country be sound in body and spirit. Amen.
Go say hello to him. Okay. So every time we gather, especially when the Torah is out, we acknowledge that there are those who are not even well enough to be with us. The prayer called Mishaberach is on 253 or 371 in the brackets. And kind of modifying our custom, we do this on Friday night, but sometimes don't do it on Shabbat morning. So I'm going to come down, and I'm going to encourage you, if there's the name of somebody for whom you wish healing, maybe somebody in a hospital, or a lonely person in a nursing home without even one visitor this weekend, or somebody who simply walks the earth with a stone in the heart or faces the daily battles of sobriety, we call them to mind. You might simply choose to hold that name in your heart, but you might, if you care to, say the name out loud and add it to our collective heart of healing. When I look at your part of the congregation, feel free to offer a name if you care to. Don't raise your hand, it's not class. And I hope that you know that we want healing for everyone in your lives, which is why we'll pray that in a minute after we name names of those for whom we wish healing. And I'll start with Goldie Ottenheimer and Velvel Ben Batsheva. Any names? As we sing the Mishaberach, you might sing with us, you might respond amen, or you might just close your eyes and let the prayer wash over you.
May the source of strength before us. Help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Misheberach imotenu mikor habracha liavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
Yamdu ha-hagbavaha golalot. Will Abe and Maya and Holden please come up for the lifting of the Torah and its dressing? Please come up right now. As you are able, please rise.
He has practiced.
So come on, boy.
Bezot HaTorah asher sam Moshe livnei bnei Yisrael al pi Adonai biyad Moshe. Torah, 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 tziva lanu Moshe. Torah, 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 tziva lanu Moshe. Torah, 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 tziva lanu Moshe. Torah, 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 tziva lanu Moshe. 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 Torah, 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 tziva lanu Moshe. Torah, 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 tziva lanu Moshe. Torah, 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 tziva lanu Moshe. Please sit down. Torah, 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 tziva lanu Moshe. So, for the Haftarah, Nate has taken on a real challenge. Instead of just mastering the Hebrew words, he's going to tell us what it means. In essence, he's giving two divrei Torah, two teachings of Torah today. It's our custom, by the way, thank you. Molly, could I have you second? And could I have her too? Come on, Adley, there you go. It's our custom when the person finishes the blessing after the Haftarah to gently waft candy in their general direction. And then children are allowed to gently approach the pulpit and gather candy for themselves. But in order for that to happen, look at those baskets. Can you distribute candy to everybody there? Okay, there are 3 baskets. You have a third volunteer? Want to help? Come on up, help. There you go. It's a third basket. There you go. We have a third volunteer. There you go. And it's not intermission. It's not snack time. Just hold on to this thing and try not to crinkle it too much. Okay? And as that's happening, we'll continue with the blessing for the Haftarah. Right?
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar b'nvi'im tovim v'ratzava v'divreichem v'ne'emayim v'emet. Baruch atah Adonai habocher b'torah u'Moshe avdo u'Yisrael amo u'Yisrael amet b'tzedek. In the words of the prophet Amos, Torah talks about how God is not the one who chooses how you live your life or what your destiny is. Instead, God puts us each in charge of our own lives, and where we live won't change that fact. Amos says that the sinners will be removed and the good people shall stay and live in the land of Israel. Living there, however, does not automatically mean you're a good person. That is a choice for you to decide. To me, this Haftarah reflects on how Israel has chosen its own destiny from the time it first became a state 70 years ago this week in the Jewish calendar until now. As you know from the Torah, as well from current events, God won't do everything for us. I think an example is coming up in Numbers 19, in which God instructs Moses to order the rock to yield its water. This is the text where Moses famously hits the rock instead. But I want to emphasize that Moses was instructed to take action, and trust that God would take part. We have to take part. Like Amos related, using the imagery of the sieve, the sinners will be sifted out of the land of Israel. I take his word sinners to mean the people who are lazy and don't take part in anything. Rather, they rely on God or some other being to take care of them automatically. It is if as they want to be entitled to benefits without feeling like they have to earn them. And God will let them remain the land of the farmers and the doctors and the people who are active in their society, who do work and rely on no one but their own selves and their community to do something. By this example, a farmer would plant seeds and water his plants, but God would assist and allow the plant to function properly. He doesn't rely on anyone's ability but his own. I see this partnership between God and humanity in Israel's agriculture, water filtration, job opportunities, and in kibbutzim today. In all those examples, and many others I could not mention, people all had to take part in creating their desired outcomes. But God allowed them, and it allowed us to function properly in order to do so. God may give us the gift of life, but how you choose to live your life and what you accomplish with your life is in your hands. And that is what I think my Haftarah has to say. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, sor kol ha'amim, tzaddik b'chol hadorot, ha'el ha'ne'eman, ha'el ha'aseh, ha'ne'aber u'f'roshem, shechol ha'ra, et ha'tzedek, al ha'torah, ve'al ha'ne'avodah, ve'al ha'nevi'im, ve'al yom ha'shabbat hazeh, she'atata lanu Adonai Eloheinu, likdusha ve'liknucha, yehadod u'tifaret, al ha'rol Adonai Eloheinu, anaknu modim lach, u'mikayehim otah, v'yishara v'shimcha bechi chorchai, atan yidolam ba'ed, Baruch atah Adonai,
Baruch
mekadesh ha-shabbat.
Amen.
Not one is hitting me.
Simen tov, a mazel tov, a mazel tov, a simen tov, simen tov, a mazel tov, a mazel tov, a simen tov, simen tov, a mazel tov, a simen tov, Yehelanu, 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 Kol Yisrael, Yehelanu, Yehelanu, Kol Yisrael. I got it.
Mazel tov, simen tov, simen tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, and simen tov,
Simen tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, simen tov, Yehelanu. We're Adley and Emma again. We're making you work so hard today. Come on up. Where's Emma? We lose her? Okay, Mal, you're going to substitute. As we get ready for the ark to be opened, we're turning in our books to page 374 in the brackets, 256. Otherwise, please rise as you were able for the opening of the ark. And Abe, come on over here with the Torah.
Yehalelu et Shem Adonai, ki niskav shemo levado. Adon eretz v'shamayim, vayarem keren le'amo.
Lekach tov natati lechem torati al ta'azovu. For a good heritage have I given you. Do not forsake it. It's Chaim hi lamachazikim ba v'toch ha'meushar diracheha darchei noam v'chol netivoteha shalom Hashivenu Have a seat, everyone. Well, so.
Hold on. You're not too big.
We ask all of our students to show mastery and facility in 3 areas of Jewish prayer life. One of them is to lead prayers, which I heard really coming down the hall. I got to hear his voice and hear his enthusiasm, and reading Torah, which he did, and Haftarah, which is really, really challenging. I think that one of the things that we've noticed is just how brave you are, even in the face of challenging tasks. And so the third is to tell us what it all means, not just mastering things in an ancient language, which is now a modern language in Israel, but to tell us what it means, not only in tradition, but what it means to you. So we look forward to hearing your Torah, and I promise not to dump any more candy on your head, okay?
Yeah. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you for joining me for my bar mitzvah. My parsha, Achrei Mot, is in the middle of Vayikra, the book of Leviticus. It talks about how Aaron completing sacrifices on the behalf of the Israelites and himself, in order to cleanse the Israelite community of sins that they have committed. Aaron first offers a bull of his own to purify himself and his household. Then, in order to cleanse everyone else of sin, Aaron takes 2 goats, and he uses a game of chance, like rolling dice or flipping a coin, to decide which goat gets all the people's sins and gets sent out to the wilderness to die, and which goat gets slaughtered and burnt on the altar as an offering to God. I think my parsha is showing us that no one is perfect, and everyone has sinned. It shows us by having Aaron, the highest priest, one of the 2 holiest of holy people in the Israelite community, offer a purgation offering. For his sins before he can help the people. This shows that no matter how close you are to God, you still sin, and you still need to cleanse yourself of it. This ritual is how the Aaron and the community move on from what they have done in the past, so it does not define their future. We also need to cleanse ourselves from sins so that we can move on and not let the past define our future. Nowadays, we don't kill animals and make sacrifices to repent for our sins. Instead, one of the ways we cleanse ourselves from our sins is by observing Yom Kippur. For Yom Kippur, we repent by apologizing for the sins that we have done wrong over the past year, whether or not we realize that we have sinned. We also fast and abstain from doing nice things for ourselves and spend the day at services praying for forgiveness. The reason why we do this every year is that it is important as a community not to hold someone by the sins that they have done, but by the deeds that they are doing and will do. Just because someone has done something in the past does not mean that they are the same person now as they were then. For example, if a kid, let's call him Evan, cheated on a test and he was caught, you might not trust him, even if he promises not to do it again. But since he was looking off of your test, you don't trust him or his promise. That's fair. But if Evan doesn't cheat on the next test, then you should trust him not to cheat again. According to the famous rabbi's Maimonides, a person has only truly repented for his or her sins once they are in the same situation that caused them to sin, control themselves, and don't do it again. So if Evan doesn't cheat again, you can't base how you feel about him by the fact that he cheated that one time. We all make mistakes, but if we don't let what we thought about people change, then everyone would be mad at each other, and we would have the longest lasting grudge ever. Like Aaron and the Yom Kippur rituals in the Torah help the Israelites move on, we should let people grow and learn from what they have done so that we can all as a people move on. For my Tikkun Olam project, I'm donating books to Provident Charter School to build up their understocked library. Provident Charter School is a private school that specializes in teaching people with learning disabilities like dyslexia. I myself have dyslexia, so I find it very important to me to help other kids with dyslexia. I can relate so closely with the challenges that the students at the school have to overcome. Going along with my donation of books, I also have given a speech to the 6th graders at Provident Charter School about how I got to the point where I can stand up and read Hebrew in front of all of you. My hope for what comes out of my project is that I can help inspire others that are struggling just like I did. I hope that I can help the school provide for more people than what they can do now. I would like to say a special thank you to all the people that have come as far as Florida, or the people that have driven down from Philly, or anyone that had to travel any significant distance to get here, even if you only live a few blocks away. Thank you for coming. I would also like to make a special thank you to Cantor Berman, Rabbi Gorbin, Rabbi Gibson, and Mr. Dolphin, who all helped me prepare and get ready for this day. Thank you to my sister Molly and my brother Abe for being the best little sister and big brother I have. I would also like to say thank you to my grandparents, Ruth and Jack, for cooking the best chocolate chip cookies, making me be nice to my sister, and being the coolest, most active grandparents ever. Lastly, but not forgotten, I would like to say thank you to my parents for putting up with me lighting anything I can find on fire. I haven't been down the house yet. And for fighting to get me all the things I need to be successful, especially all the tutors you've gotten me, even though I insist I don't need them. Thank you for being there for me every step of the way. Thank you, and Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Oh my gosh. Face me. I get to be the first one to say Mazel, 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 Mazel Tov.
Thank you.
Because you've really come a long way. You really have. And I want to thank you for not burning your parents' house down. I think fire is naturally fascinating, of course, and it's all right to explore under controlled conditions, we might say, in the laboratory, right? Listen, I've known your family a long time, and I've known you your entire life, and watched you grow up into an extraordinary young man. Extraordinary because now, unlike a few years ago, you will actually lift your head and look me in the eye. You didn't used to do that in school. You didn't used to do that when I'd see you. And it's taken a bit of bravery and courage on your part to get to the point where you can say, I am who I am in the world, and there's very little I cannot face. And I'm so personally proud of you. Yes, I'm delighted that you're part of this family that I feel so connected to, but I'm personally proud of you. I think that one of the things I've noticed is this incredible relentlessness about you. When you finally decide you want to do something, that you are determined to get it done. And you're willing to do things that other people don't do. I will tell you, in 30 years, I've never read that passage in the Torah out loud. Never. But you were able to be brave enough to tackle that. You were brave enough to tackle all the various shades of meaning that surround that portion. I think that was, again, the idea that there are things in the world that are scary, but the more you stand up, the smaller they get. You know what I mean? I want to tell you a story. The story is about a Jewish man who had a couple sons he was very, very proud of. One was the older son, one was the middle son. And they were off on a journey. And on the journey, they had to go on a mountain pass. And on the mountain pass, rocks had fallen down. Rocks had fallen down and blocked the path. And the younger son said, "Wait, I'll clear the path," because he really wanted to impress his older brother and his father. And he went and he started throwing rocks off the mountain, throwing rocks, and there was a rock that was so big, he had to sit and think. Could he get a stick under it and lever it? Could he push it with his feet? Nothing he did, and he got so angry and so frustrated, tears down his eyes. He went back to his father and his brother and said, "Nothing I do will dislodge this rock. I cannot move this rock." And his father said, "Well, maybe you're not trying hard enough." "So what do you mean trying hard enough? I've done everything I know how to do." And his father looked him in the eye and said, "Have you asked for help?" He said, "Will you please help me, my brother? Will you please help me, my father?" And together, they cleared the path, and they continued and completed their journey. My dear, dear friend and student, sometimes the bravest thing is not to break your back on the rock that you're trying to lift, but to ask for help in lifting it. Look at these people. Every one of them is willing to help you lift the rocks on your journey of life. Every single one of them wants to be at your side. Every one of them is proud of you. And every one of them knows of your intense strength and bravery, and hope that you'll be brave enough to ask us for help when you need it. Then you'll be a blessing throughout your entire life, even as you're blessed by Cantor Berman, by Rabbi Gorban, and myself at this moment. We get your hands. Look at us. There we go.
Yevarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha.
May God bless you and keep you.
Yair Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka.
May the light of God shine upon you, and may God be gracious to you.
Yisa Adonai panav elecha ve'yasim lecha. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom.
May God lift up God's presence to you and grant you wholeness and joy, fulfillment, courage, strength, and most of all, peace. As together we all say,
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehechianu v'kimanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. It's an honor to ask your parents to come up this staircase and share some words with you. I'm going to give you my mic because it's better than the standing mic. And I'm going to clip it right there. Okay. Listen to your mother.
Nathan, you did it. You started worrying about your bar mitzvah on October 11th, 2014. During Abe's bar mitzvah. Being dyslexic, you knew it would be an extra challenge for you. You were quite frankly very worried about today. Well, today, in front of family and friends, you climbed the dyslexic bar mitzvah mountain with grace, a smile, some nerves, and excitement. This mountain is difficult to climb. Lots of bad weather, from Israel hot to hurricanes and tornadoes, with epic snowfalls and dipping temperatures way below freezing. In 5th grade, I found you your Hebrew tutor, Mr. Dolphin. He not only taught you how to read Hebrew, he gave you the confidence and proper tools to combat everything you would face as you climbed this mountain. Right now, you have a great view. You're on the tippy top. As the day progresses and Havdalah nears, you will descend the dyslexic bar mitzvah mountain. It's an easy, enjoyable stroll. But Nathan, this is only the beginning of your journey into being an adult Jewish man. You may choose to never chant from the Torah again. I wouldn't blame you. But you have skills to contribute to Community Day School, Temple Sinai, the JCC, and the larger Jewish community in Pittsburgh, as well as anywhere you travel in your lifetime. My wish for you is that you volunteer when you are able, share your talents when and where appropriate, and always find your home within your local Jewish community. Mazel tov. I always knew you could do it, and I love you more.
My dear Nathan, I can't tell you how proud your mom and I are of you. Much like the challenge of Amos that you spoke of in your Haftorah, you didn't wait around for God to make life easy and solve your problems, but instead stood up to them, worked hard, and overcame the obstacles in your way. Having dyslexia ourselves, Mom and I know that it's not been easy, but also know that your overcoming your issues is great training for life. You have earned the right to stand here today in front of your family, your teachers, and your friends, and even to take a bow or two for your preparation and accomplishment. It wasn't so many years ago that I had to explain to you that you were special, and that because you were, you would have to work harder than your classmates to keep up in school, but that at some point you would develop skills that others wouldn't have. You cried and said you just wanted to be like everyone else. Well, that day I spoke of, when you would have special skills, is today, and will last the rest of your life. With your curiosity, perseverance, engineering insights, and interest in how things work, together with your deep compassion and respect for everyone around you, no matter how young, old, or different, you have demonstrated that you are a man ready to succeed in life. Nathan, I know that you will change the world for the better. As I said to your brother Abe at his bar mitzvah, and I'm saying to you right now, I plan to be around a good many more years to help keep you on your toes, making certain you continue to be the best that you can be. But when I go to sleep at night, I do so with complete confidence that if I don't wake up the next day, you have all the skills and attributes you need to lead a successful and meaningful and ethical life. You, along with your brother and sister, are the very best I could possibly hope for in my child. May you continue to have strength and abundance, Yashar Koach, and congratulations to you on this very special day. Mazel tov.
Where's Chaim? Where's Chaim? Come on up. Got a mic waiting for you.
Mazel tov. Yashar Koach. On behalf of Community Day School, I'm very excited for this. Right now, history has its eyes on you, and you have done an incredible job to rise up and take a stand with pride. You study the Torah, which anyone would know there are too many pages for one man to understand, but just think of where you are and where you started. And I'm sure that it feels like the world has turned upside down. But you are almost 14, but your mind is older. Someday, and that day is today, you will blow us all away. So, if that didn't make any sense to you, ask Nathan about it. On behalf of Community Day School, Yashar Koach, you were wonderful. Mike? No, it's right here.
That's good. It's wonderful that you're all here this morning to celebrate this special service. I'm Philip Lehman, and I'm here representing both the membership and the trustees of Temple Sinai. One of the greatest pleasures of being on the board is to be among the first to say Yashar Koach, Mazel Tov. You were just wonderful. We're really proud of you and all the work you've done, and it's terrific to watch you connect the past to the present through your reading. You got us thinking, by the way, over there. Rabbi Gorb and I were talking about, should you decide to read Torah again, it has to be Numbers because it has scouts in it, which were drones. So you need to learn about Torah, Hebrew era drones. So today strengthens your connection to your family and friends and to all of Judaism. And to help you commemorate, we have a couple of gifts for you. One is a book, which is from the congregation, and the other is a Kiddush cup from the women of Temple Sinai and Temple Sinai Brotherhood. And we hope you use these and enjoy these with your family. And again, Mazel Tov to you and your family.
A couple last things. We want to give you a certificate of completion. This has been signed by you and your parents and your teachers. And this is about today. This says that you were called to the Torah's bar mitzvah on this day. By the way, those of you in conservative congregations who are on Tazria Mitzorah, we're on the Israeli calendar, which is why we're doing Achrei Mot Kedoshim, and so it'll be off by a week, all the way through the book of Bamidbar, just so you know. And when you come back for Emma's or any other bar bat mitzvah that's going on here. But this is about tomorrow. See this? In becoming bar mitzvah, you've accepted the privileges and responsibilities of being a Jew, which are lifelong Torah study and keeping of mitzvot, Shabbat, holy day and life cycle observances, participation in the life of the synagogue, the Jewish community, and Israel, dedication to Tikkun Olam, the perfection of our world. You get it all. It's fantastic. Well, part of that world is Israel. The Reform Movement is giving you a $250 certificate to go on a trip at the end of your 10th grade year, not your 8th grade year. And the Jewish community at large gives you $1,750. I often say that's $2,000 toward a trip at the end of 10th grade before he even has to sell a cookie. And if you need more scholarship help, come to us. It's really, really important that he go not just at the end of 8th grade, but that he go in high school as well. And the book we gave you is a unique book. It's called I Am Jewish. They're essays in memory of a man named Danny Pearl, an extraordinary man who actually gave up his life because he was Jewish. It's not about the sad part, it's about the uplifting part of being Jewish, and we hope that you will take that book and all of our gifts, but most of all our good wishes and our great pride in who you are. And if you want, you could sit on Molly's lap and make her scream, but if you want. Only if, oh, she just moved. The rest of us, Shabbat Shalom again, everyone. Where's the longest anybody traveled from? Tulsa's in the house, I know that. Anybody travel from further than Tulsa? Florida, the land of our people, right? Where do you come from? I can't hear.
Just told him he could have it.
Florida? Which coast? Oh, who knows? One of them. Well, we're delighted that you're here right after the service. Of course, there's lunch in the Falk Auditorium. We hope to have a chance to greet you. And this incredible multi-generational, multi-layered family that we love so much here at Temple Sinai. We're going to continue with our concluding set of prayers. If you look in your books, on 586 in the brackets, or 282 if you don't, not in the brackets, the lower part is the version of Elena we use. We'll ask you to rise as you're able. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, l'tei gdula liotzer b'reshit, shelo asanu k'goyei ha'aratzot, velo samanu k'mishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chalkeinu kahem, וגור עלינו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ. Please be seated. On 595 in your prayer book at the bottom is a beautiful poem by Chana Senesh about the nature of memory. It's particularly appropriate to mention Chana Senesh at the end of what are called the secular high holidays. The secular holidays of Yom HaShoah Ugvura, Holocaust and Heroism Day, Yom HaZikaron, Israeli Memorial Day for those who have died defending the country or in acts of terrorism, and Yom HaAtzmaut, the Israeli Independence Day. She is still loved to this day. She gave up her life in the land of Palestine, which would become Israel, to fight against the Nazis, where she died in service of our people. And she wrote about the enduring nature of memory. Yesh kochavim she'oram magia arza, rak ka'asher hem atzmam avdu ve'enam. There are stars up above so far away. We only see their light long, long after the star itself is gone. And so it is with people that we loved. The memories keep shining ever brightly, but their time with us is done. But the stars that light up the darkest night, these are the lights that guide us. As we live our days, these are the ways we remember. If there is anyone in our congregation today who is presently in mourning, either in the 30-day period for a loved one who has died, or observing the yahrzeit of somebody who has died in their family, please rise now. If there's anyone in our congregation who has lost somebody in defense of the state of Israel or to an act of terror, please rise now as part of this commemoration this week. And because we believe passionately that no mourner ever needs stand alone, we rise with our mourners as we turn to 598 for Mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shmei Rabbah, v'yomad yivrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon v'yomechon, v'chayei dechol be'Yisrael, v'agalav izman kari v'yimru, Amen, Yehei shmei Rabbah mavarach le'olam olam me'amaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yipa'ar v'yitrumam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei kudsha brichu, le'elam min kol birchata v'sherata, tushbechata v'nechemata, Damiram Bi'omavi Imru.
Amen.
Yehei Shlama Rabba Min Shemaya. V'chaim Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael V'yimu. Amen. Oseh Shalom B'momav. Huya Oseh Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael V'yimru.
Amen.
Amen. May the source of peace in the high heavens cause peace to descend on all of us, all Israel, upon a shattered world desperately in need of our help to make things right, and God's help as well, as together we say,
Amen.
Amen. In our books on page, what is that, 7? On page 626, we're going to find Ein Kelohenu, and we're going to ask Nathan's brother and sister to come up, his friends from Community Day, in fact, all of his friends, cousins, come on up for our final song and blessings. If you are with us, go stand next to him, from another congregation, and we're singing Ein Kelohenu, it's the one you know, so that we hope that you will all feel free to join in. Ein Kelohenu, Ein Gadolenu, Ein Kemokeinu, Ein Kemoshienu, Mich Eloheinu, Mich Adonenu, Mich Emokeinu, Mich Moshienu, Nodel Eloheinu, Nodel Adonenu, Nodel Emokeinu, Nodel Moshienu, Baruch Eloheinu, Baruch Adonenu, Baruch Malkeinu, Baruch Moshienu. Atahu Eloheinu, Atahu Adonenu, Atahu Malkeinu, Atahu Moshienu. Bruchim atem b'voachem, bruchim atem b'tzeitchem me'atav olam. May be blessed every place you come into God's world. May be blessed every place you go out as well. As together we say, Amen. Amen. Ata Adonai Eloheinu melech. Amen. Praise you, Adonai, our God, ruler of all, who creates the fruit of the vine. Let's do this, Mal. One hand here. One hand here. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz.
Amen.
Praise you, Adonai, our God, ruler of all, who brings forth bread from the earth. As together we say, Amen. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Drink it all if you want.